Hi viewers, this is Kiran from Knock Knock Doors. Knock Knock Doors always strive for the best quality and service we offer to the customer. So as part of this, I want every customer to verify this handover process on their own and sign the handover form and hand it over to our installation purpose. This is utmost important and please do it very carefully, and if you are not happy with any of the things, don't sign it, and our service person will always be able to help you and fix the problems on your site. So I have a checklist which will be provided to you when we deliver the material to your site. It has a few points of things that you need to carefully follow, and I am going to explain you how to verify this process, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach our service person anytime. So in this one sheet, the first thing is you need to make sure that all the doors on your site are installed carefully. That is the important thing. So if you are happy with that, please tick the further pass. The second doors are, you need to verify each and every door perfectly so that there is no visible damages on this one. There might be a chance if might be slightly small scratches on the door, which might be happening during the installation or during various reasons. So for that, if you raise a concern to the team, they will do the touch-up marks as and when required. If it is they will do the touch-up marks. Next thing is you need to verify the lock set. See, when the lock sets are installed, the handle should be firm and it shouldn't be moving. If you see here, handle is very firm. So you need to make sure the handle is very firm and healthy. Okay. So another thing is, the next point I want you to verify is, when you are closing a door, it should be left like that and it should be closed, auto closed on its own. It shouldn't be banging to the frame. This is very, very important. You need to pay attention to this. And when you are trying to close it, if the door is stopping at the frame itself, please raise this point to the service person. The fifth point I am going to say is the overall handle functioning and the keys are perfectly fixed. So when you try with the keys, try to turn it from the both sides, and the key sides and the knob sides, and they should be working easily and clearly. You should be able to. Right. So seventh point I am going to tell you is there shouldn't be any play when the door is locked. If you see, try to pull front and back. Make sure the door is not moving front and back. There shouldn't be any type of play. If you see, this door is not at all moving. It's firmly fixed. This means the door is perfectly aligned as per the specification. And another thing, the next one I want you to verify is, if you go to the hinges, here if you see, based on the height of the door, we provide 3 or 4 hinges. If you verify, every hinge should have all the screws fixed perfectly. So every hinge will have 8 screws fixed in. So 3 on the frame, 4 on the frame and 4 on the door side. So make sure all the holes are, the screws are fixed perfectly. Right. The next thing is, I want you to observe, if you observe, this we call as a jab. This jab is put as a door stopper, like it won't let the door go to further. So if you see, this should be fixed firmly. So this is not at all vibrating. So when you verify, make sure this is fixed. So there might be a chance this needs some curing period. So when the door is installed, it will take around 2 to 3 hours to cure. So make sure you are doing it. It has passed the 3 hours at least. Right. Next one I want you to check is, if you want to see these corner joints where these 45 joints are there, and the jab and the frame and every corners are joined very perfectly aligned, and there shouldn't be any gap or any deviation. If at all there is a deviation, please inform it to our service person clearly. So you have to check these corner checks for both front architraves and the back architraves. If you verify there are architraves on the both sides of the door, you need to observe it based on your wall thickness. There might be a small architrave on the back side, but it will be also, I will show you on another door. So based on the wall thickness, there might be a small architrave on the back side, but make sure you are verifying these corners are perfectly aligned. Right. The next thing we are going to verify is the gasket. Gasket is it plays a very prominent role. It acts as a sealant. It has some sound protection, dust protection. So make sure you have a gasket applied on all the 3 sides of the door. Yeah. So the next point I am going to ask you to check is the door stopper. Yeah. Make sure the door stopper is fixed as per the site specification. There might be a chance some door stoppers which are fixed on the wall, or some door stopper fixed on the floor as well, and the bathroom might have a PVC buffer. Make sure these are fixed and the door is holding the, when the door you are opening the door, it's catching the stopper is catching the door firmly. If at all if it is not catching, or if there is an angle which is blocking the door to catch, you should inform to the site person completely. Right. Another thing is when we deliver the doors, they come with a service protection tape. Right. The purpose of the protection tape is to protect the door from the scratches. What we recommend is you need to remove the protection film for the external doors immediately after the door installed. The reason we say because is when the external door is exposed to sun, the adhesive might become very sticky and it will leave a residual on the doors. So what we recommend is for external doors that are exposed to sun, the surface protection film need to be removed immediately, and there will be a protection film for the internal doors as well. So internal doors you can remove it as per your convenient, because in some sites they might be doing the painting work or something, so you may want to keep it for some times. So you can keep it for some times, and once you are happy with all the work is completed, you can remove it. But normally we advise to not to keep more than 2 to 3 weeks. That is the lifespan of the protection film. And also silicone. So the reason for the silicone is we apply silicone when there is a gap of at least 2 to 3 mm between the door and the frame. So we apply silicones on the corner. I will walk through that one. If you see, silicone is there. So what we recommend you to is make sure the silicone is applied neat and clear, and it is not anything the residuals left on the frame, or any silicone marks are left on the frame. If at all there are any marks on the frame, please ask the service person to clean, and he will be happy to do. And see, for another thing I want you to verify is when we put this jab, we use some adhesives. Okay, so what I wanted you to verify is make sure the excessive adhesive is not coming onto the door. It should be clean, and the frame and the jab should be matching to the same. There shouldn't be any residual of excessive glue left on the frame. The most and the important thing is the door alignment. Door alignment is a very important thing which we would request you to verify carefully. So when the door is fixed, the door is aligned on all the 3 sides equally. If you see, the gaps and will be aligned equally. By verifying this, if the alignment is perfect, the finishing will be the perfect, and the door will look very beautifully. So make sure all the 3 sides of the door are aligned perfectly, and the gap between the shutter and the frame is equal. Yeah, because here when we put the receiver plate, there is a gap of 2 mm will be more. That is because there is a functional reasons we leave more gap when compared to the top. But any questions you can ask to the service person on the site. The last and the most important thing, our people will try always to do the maintain the site very neat and clean. But if there are any residues left on the site or anything, you can always on the floor, or any marks left on the floor, you can always ask the team before they leave to make sure they clean it. And finally, once you are happy, please sign this handover sheet. Please verify each and every point individually, and please tick them and sign it and hand over to our person. This is important, and we don't want you to sign if you are not happy, or our service person try to convince by some way. If you are not clear, you can always reach to technical person or the team anytime. Thank you very much for watching.